Long before modern movies imagined black samurai, long before manga, anime, or Hollywood discovered the idea, there was a real man who walked the streets of medieval Japan in full samurai armor, standing taller than every warrior around him, his skin darker than anything the Japanese had ever seen, his presence so powerful that entire towns stopped breathing when he passed. His name was Yasuke. But who was he? Where did he come from? And how did an African man rise to become the right-hand protector of one of Japan's most feared warlords? This is the hidden story that history tried to bury, but the world is finally ready to hear. One before Japan knew his name. To understand Yasuke's journey, you have to imagine the world he came from. A world where great African kingdoms rose and ruled. Powerful cities, warriors, merchants, sailors. Some historians believe Yasuke came from Mozambique. Others say Sudan. Others suggest Ethiopia. But one detail is clear. He was already a trained warrior long before he ever stepped on Japanese soil. Built like a titan, strength carved into his bones, discipline sewn into his spirit. He wasn't just any traveler. He was a man born for battle and shaped by struggle. 2. The journey across the world. In the 1500s, Japan was a land locked in civil war. The Sengoku era, where warlords fought for power and survival. Into this world came foreign missionaries, traders, and explorers. And among them walked Yasuke. When he arrived in Japan, crowds gathered in the thousands. People pushed and climbed rooftops just to see him. Many had never seen an African man in their entire lives. Some thought he was a god. Some thought he was a demon. Some believed his skin was painted with ink. When he knelt, Japanese children ran forward and tried to rub his skin, believing the color would come off. But it didn't, and the truth began to spread through the city. This man is real. 3. The moment destiny unfolded. Eventually, word of this towering African warrior reached the ears of one of Japan's most powerful rulers, Oda Nobunaga, the daimyo who dreamed of uniting Japan. Nobunaga was known for 3 things: his brilliance, his brutality, and his curiosity. So when he heard that a giant foreign warrior had arrived, he demanded to see him immediately. When Yasuke walked into Nobunaga's mansion, silence fell. Nobunaga stood up, walked slowly around him, studied his height, his muscles, his presence, and then ordered servants to scrub Yasuke's skin. He wanted to see if the color was natural. When the water washed away and Yasuke's skin remained the same, Nobunaga smiled. "This man is strong," he said. "And he is no ordinary man." At that moment, Yasuke's destiny changed forever. For, rising to power, Nobunaga admired strength, loyalty, and skill. And in Yasuke he saw all 3. So he did the unthinkable. He allowed a foreigner, an African man, to enter his elite inner circle. Yasuke was given a home inside Nobunaga's castle, given fine clothes, given a ceremonial katana, and most importantly, he was given a role no outsider had ever received. He became Nobunaga's official sword-bearer and personal protector. This was not a symbolic job. It was an honor reserved only for trusted warriors. Where Nobunaga went, Yasuke followed. Meetings, battles, councils, ceremonies. Yasuke was there, a foreigner, standing in the highest ranks of Japan. 5. The samurai with no fear. As Yasuke trained with Japanese soldiers, everyone expected him to fail. They expected him to quit. They expected him to be overwhelmed. But he didn't. He moved with precision. He learned quickly. He adapted to samurai techniques with frightening speed. Warriors who mocked him soon found themselves struggling to keep up. In time, Yasuke wasn't just accepted. He was respected, feared, admired, and then he earned what no one ever imagined, the title of samurai. A foreigner becoming samurai was nearly unheard of. But Yasuke had achieved it. The Black Samurai was born. 6. War, loyalty, and honor. Yasuke's loyalty to Nobunaga wasn't just ceremonial. He stood beside him in real battles. Against rival clans, against traitors, against those who sought to destroy Nobunaga's dream of a united Japan. And through all the smoke, fire, and bloodshed, Yasuke never stepped back. Reports described him as a warrior of incredible strength, a man who fought like 10 men, a protector who did not fear death. He wasn't a myth. He wasn't a legend. He was real. And he was rewriting Japanese history with every swing of his blade. Even the betrayal. But every era has its darkness. Nobunaga's general, Akechi Mitsuhide, betrayed him. With an army behind him, Mitsuhide attacked Nobunaga's castle in Kyoto. Nobunaga realized he was surrounded. Defeat was certain. He performed the ritual of seppuku, ending his life with dignity. It was the samurai's way, and Yasuke stood by his side until the very end. When Nobunaga fell, Yasuke was the last warrior defending him. Even as flames engulfed the castle, even as Mitsuhide's soldiers stormed the halls, Yasuke refused to run. He fought until he was overwhelmed. His loyalty was absolute. 8. The Last Stand. After Nobunaga's death, Yasuke was captured. But Mitsuhide didn't know what to do with him. He had never seen a black samurai before, never seen a foreign warrior with such rank, never seen a man fight with such power. So he declared something unusual. This man is not Japanese. He is not truly samurai. He is an outsider. Mitsuhide spared Yasuke's life, but sent him away to the Jesuits. This moment became the final confirmed chapter of Yasuke's life, and the world never heard from him again. 9. What happened to Yasuke? Did he stay in Japan? Did he return to Africa? Did he continue fighting as a warrior? Or did he vanish into legend? No one knows. But in Japan, stories remained. Whispers of the Black Samurai, a warrior who defied everything society understood, a man who earned respect in a land that did not know him. And now, centuries later, his name is rising again, the legacy that can't be erased. Yasuke was more than a warrior, more than a samurai, more than a legend. He was proof that African history is global, that African strength, courage, and intelligence shaped nations far beyond the continent. His story destroys stereotypes, breaks the limits of imagination, and reminds the world of something powerful. Greatness has no color, no borders, no limits. Yasuke's legacy lives, not because he was different, but because he was unstoppable. The world forgot him, but history remembers, and now, so do we.